Dude, what episode are we on right now?
This is episode 306, man.
I got a question for you, episode 306. This is 306?
Yeah.
Wow.
What do you got, man?
Way back we had a question and we were just talking about a religious group. I'm not going to bring up which religious group before the pod just in case. But I will say my question is, because we talked about this in the past, years ago.
Okay.
I'm going to bring it back to you today and let's just see where we are as people, how we've grown.
Okay.
If you were to start a cult,
ooh,
where would you be located? What would you offer? How would you get people invested in it? What would the power structure be? What would you guys do?
Oh man, this is like, I feel like I should have thought about this question more after the first time.
Do you ever think about it?
No.
Yeah.
I never do.
Well, it's good then.
Because I'm just, normal person.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as normal as any person would be, I guess.
I don't believe in cults, man.
Oh.
You're more of a cult guy.
You're not going to dance around
You
this
are more
question.
of a cult guy, man.
Mike.
I don't think I could do this one. I haven't
Really?
thought about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me play the game.
I'm just bad. I'm bad at it.
This is a what if, so
Yeah.
you don't want to engage, that's fine.
You know what? I'm bad at manipulating.
Maybe that's your cult. You don't manipulate.
But then that's boring.
Maybe it's just a group.
That's boring.
Well, maybe you have a boring
There's got to be a
cult.
little darkness in a manipulation.
Well, listen to you now. You're just out of nowhere. You're like, well, there's got to be a little darkness in the manipulation.
Yeah.
What if your cult is just like you
We
offer
play bingo.
Yeah,
That's boring.
but that's your cult.
Ugh,
And maybe you don't have any members, but
disgusting.
that's what you offer.
Yeah, I'm gonna be alone. That's not a cult.
Well, wouldn't you be like,
That's like a sad.
wouldn't
room.
gaming be a part of it and like some like Attack on Titan merch or something? Like, I'm serious. Like, or like records, like.
Why would it have to be a cult then?
I guess like if you were to have one is the question.
Well, a cult is a cult because
Why is it a cult? What makes a cult a cult?
yeah, what makes a cult is the real question. There's like
usually there's
underlying motives.
there's usually a sexual element. I would say doesn't have to
I
be.
don't think so.
Really.
No, I think it's just like a group with ulterior motives.
Look at Bikram Yoga, dude. That guy was like,
I know. Yes. Okay. There's some, but I'm
Right?
not saying all of them. There was ones that
not
are.
mine.
Have you heard of the shipping cults?
No.
That's like
Shipping?
in like the warehouse kind of buildings, like industrial parts of like different countries is where a lot of like crazy shit goes down because like no one really knows about anything.
Like what? Like what?
It's like there's like a warehouse and like
Fight clubs and shit.
yeah, like at night, like they just all go like kind of congregate in like an empty warehouse and
Right.
that's where they all hold their meetings.
Mm.
I know it's big in Japan. They do it a lot. I remember one person I knew, a friend of a friend, had like a whole story where they almost got like taken in. They went to like a
What?
weird open warehouse and they like had like a fire in like this place and everyone was wearing hoods and everything.
What?
Yeah,
Don't you wish that kind of happened once? To
I
you?
do. Dude, a funny actually story over Thanksgiving. Hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving.
Hey, I hope
You know?
everyone had a happy Thanksgiving as well, man. Did you?
I just thought of I should probably wonder if I should turn his heater off.
Is it too much?
I don't know. It might be too much.
Okay, we can kill it.
We'll try it for now. We'll
Okay.
try it for now.
Let's try it.
Sorry if there's a big hum.
Sorry, guys.
We want to stay warm.
Yeah, it's
'Cause
cold
it was
as
freezing.
hell in the studio.
But hope you had a good Thanksgiving.
Did you have a good one?
I did. It was pretty good,
Sweet.
man. I had like 2 days of celebrating, and there's one funny part where the like Thanksgiving food was bought,
Right.
kind of pre-bought.
Right.
It was terrible.
You never do that. on
It was so
Thanksgiving.
bad.
Yeah, don't do that.
It's really bad.
Don't do that.
I'm telling you, the turkey was like great. I was like, man.
God.
And just like you bite it and it goes
did you
and crumbles.
did you have to be like, this is so good? Thank you,
It was
guys.
kind of nice. Everyone was kind of like, this sucks.
Oh,
man.
good.
This
Okay.
is terrible.
Okay. At least they kept it
You
real.
know?
At least everyone
Yeah,
kept it
we got to
real.
switch that up, guys.
But what happened to you with the story?
So kind of a spooky little story.
See, I was
man.
going to ask you actually for a spooky story.
Yeah. So very interesting. My cousin, they have a new house. With his parents live there too.
Yes, Mazel.
And it's awesome, dude. And I kind of sent you. I don't know if I sent you a picture or not.
The backyard.
Yes, the backyard, but also the paperwork from like the house. They have like
Yes.
stuff from the 1900s.
Yes,
it was
dude.
built, and this guy that had this house like documented every little thing, like what they used to build everything, what each different plant they planted, every tree that's on the property,
Yeah.
how the acres went from like 5,000 to like 2. Like it's insane, you know,
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
people they all gave everything to. And there's a barn on the property, kind of like old barn type of thing. And it has like all like vintage, old, like original stuff they probably used back in the day.
Yeah.
And, you know, when it's dark, I'm like, there must be some weird, you know, it must be a little scary. You know, I was mentioning, I was like, anyone ever go into like the barn at night? Like, is it scary at all? And my uncle was like, dude, I'm telling you, the first day that we kind of moved here.
Yeah.
And, he was outside at night and he was going to the, he's like walking by the barn and he hears something like move. He was like, oh shit, like something's up there. And, he walks in, like it's just dark, you know, there's not a lot of light. And there's like a second story to this barn. And he's walking in, it's like, I walked in there like that day he told me this, like later, because I was like, I kind of want to go, you know, I want to look. And like you go in there, it's just like super, like it's kind of like not a lot of room. There's like little glass jars, like reflecting light and stuff. And there's just so much stuff around. It's creaky. The wind's going through. It
hasn't been renovated. It's old.
No, it's original old barn. It's nice.
Yeah.
Still, it's like nice and vintage looking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you can tell it's like has like an ominous feeling. You know, like it's been here for a long time.
Yeah.
And he said the first day he went in and he heard something upstairs, like I don't know, like footsteps or something running, like back and forth. And he's like,
squirrel.
Like, this is crazy to me. He goes, I gotta go up there, and I gotta face this thing.
Do you have that?
No,
I don't need.
Probably not.
I'm a turn and run.
Probably not. I am getting more curious though.
Okay.
I'm kind of curious and like just facing that fear.
Yeah.
Because it's like, what can happen? Realistically, what is it gonna do?
I mean, stab
What's
you.
ghost gonna do to me?
Well, if it's a ghost, nothing.
Well, maybe in there's like tools and shit where it just like flies a tool at you, like
Slings
an axe just.
Well, has there ever happened like a ghost encounter where there's an attack?
I think there's like you always see like the scratches or something on the back, that kind of thing. I never thought there was like a death or anything like that.
Me neither. I've heard of that in sleeping.
Yes,
I've heard like, oh, if you sleep,
or you get possessed or something.
Possession is different. Yeah.
That. But continuing, he goes up, and he says he like goes up. It's quiet, and he just like feels his whole body being touched.
No.
Like all over.
Oh.
And he like screams at it and is like, get out of here. Like, we live here now. Like, you have to leave. Like, this is it. And after that, nothing ever happened.
Dude, he kicked it out. He evicted a ghost?
Yeah.
Damn, your uncle's a G.
Yeah.
What?
Isn't that wild?
That's some thug stuff.
And after that, he's like, he has no problem going in there anymore.
Paranormal thugging, dude.
I don't know, man. But like when I was up there, like, because we were all like telling kind of like these stories, like, oh, like my aunt, we always like roast my aunt.
Yeah.
We're like, she's like, I heard 3 knocks on the window. I don't know what that means. And like, or my nephew, I mean, it's not really my nephew, but my nephew brings up his phone. He's like, oh, look what it means. And it literally says like 3 knocks is the knock of death.
Oh.
And it's like, oh no.
She's like, now she's really scared.
Like, oh no.
Dang, bro.
Which is terrifying.
The paranoia.
But we were kind of like, telling kind of spooky stories and stuff like that. Kind of joking. But I was like, with my other cousin, I was like, you know what, dude, let's go up there. Like, let's go right now. I kind of want to go. Like, I was curious. I was just like, what if something happens? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because and then my uncle told me that story, and I'm like, man, now I really want to go. And like, me and my one cousin, he was like, yeah, let's do it. And like, I started going. He's like, I'm not doing it. And I'm like, what?
He backed out?
I'm alone.
He backed out.
Yeah.
You're alone.
Yeah, and I was waiting outside because I thought he was gonna come.
Ooh.
And then my uncle came, and he's like, oh, like, and then he told me the story, and I was like, dude, that's crazy. He's like, yeah, let's go up.
Ooh.
And we go up, and O'Hagan, career, coaching, guys. College is pretty tough, man. You know what's also tough? Getting a job. We want to make that simple for you. We want to make that easy. We're going to send you to Coach O at O'Hagan Career Coaching. He's going to tell you how to ace an interview. He's going to give you a mock interview, little step-by-step, It's a two-way street. You know what I mean? You got to know how to answer the right questions. You got to be personable. It's like there's so much that goes into it that you don't know. And Dave, I heard he's got a good package right now. What's he got going on?
It's called the networking package, Mike. Right now, you can jump on the website on O'HaganCareerCoaching.com. You'll see it right away. He's offering to give away all of his network to you. If you would decide to work with him and you join this networking package, you get 30 plus years of experience from him, insight, coaching, And also the people he knows, he's opening the doors for you. So it's not only what you know, it's who you know in a lot of cases. And Coach O'Hagan, he's opening his door to you with all of his people. So hit him up. Hit him up before it's too late. O'HaganCareerCoaching.com.
Anytime Actors Lab. Acting is a dying art form. And that's coming from the best actor ever.
That's right.
Mikey.
Mikey Nowicki.
Adam Louder in the Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas area. You can do some in-person classes. If you're not, go online. Start learning today, right now, at anytownactorslab.com. The dude's been doing it for a long time. He has an awesome now like production where he's like doing these videos where he's breaking down movies, scenes, the best acting out there.
I just did his podcast for this episode.
In the Moment, I think.
Go check it out In the Moment on YouTube.
So check that out. And start brushing up on your acting game, man. Because you gotta stay on top of it. It's a knife you have to sharpen.
It's
right,
an edge, dude.
Right?
Yeah, it gets dull if you don't use it.
Exactly. Anytownactorslab.com.
Boom.
Patreon.com/You Are Here podcast. Dude.
Hold on, wait. The door, I'm just visualizing there's the door getting turned, the handle. And then there they are. Now there's you walking into the party that we're in and handing over a couple $. And we're like, come on in. The water's warm. Here's a beer.
Yeah,
here's a martini.
Here's a strange looking liquid beverage.
Yeah, man. Don't worry about the baby oil on the counter. Me and Mikey are fun.
Hors d'oeuvres.
Yeah.
Why are all the hors d'oeuvres sausages?
No, we don't ask that question. Just listen to Kanye. Enjoy.
Patreon.com/You Are Here podcast, guys. Support us.
Whose mask is this?
I didn't feel anything. Like I feel like the eeriness up there.
Yeah.
And I could totally see like, I wonder if I'm alone if we just make things up. I feel like that's a thing, right?
Yeah.
Where like we create these kinds of scary like feelings and stuff like that. But it also like that makes sense to me. But what also makes sense to me is there's all these old things, right? That people probably used to like slaughter animals, like do all this stuff over 100 years. Yeah. Do you think there's no like connection at all, like these items to like a soul or something like that? Like, so, I don't know, that I kind of get it. I feel like that's true.
Yeah.
Like that has to be real.
Like things that you've connected with in your past, once you go on, do they store some kind of like part of you?
Yeah, they hold something.
Yeah, dude. Or do you stay around for that connection to the thing?
Because I think like if you leave something behind,
oh
like, I'm sure there's, I don't know, there has to be something.
Dude.
Especially on grounds and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And even in my, like, the house, the second house I grew up in, I have most of, like, my weird paranormal things happen in that house. And it was, like, a newer kind of construction.
It was new, yeah.
It wasn't old. I didn't, like, in my current, like, place I'm living is old, and I haven't had anything.
Right.
You know? So, I don't know what it is. So, but I know that, like, that area I used to live in was, like, kind of Native American like burial grounds and stuff like that. So I'm sure there's got to be something.
It was inhabited heavily by the natives.
Yeah, right? It was all just native tribes and everything. All wars, like the trench, like the walls they built and everything are still there. Like I'm sure there was mad like people dying all the time.
Of course.
And what is that? There's got to mean something. There's got to be something left. You know?
I don't know.
I always felt like, because you walk in a room, and you're like, this is it.
Yeah, dude.
This is bad.
You know what? Like I've heard people have said like, have you ever heard what someone says places hold their like history, like a place has a memory to it, like places where things have been experienced, like there's a weight to them. Like I went to Gettysburg. You know what Gettysburg is? It's like the one of the
biggest battles, right?
One of the biggest battles or battlegrounds ever in the Civil War.
Yeah.
And I went to this place called Little Round Top. And it's like this hill where I believe the North was pitched on top and the South had to like cross a plain and try to attack and go up the hill. It was like one of the bloodiest battles during Gettysburg. Bro, when you get there, I mean, there's still wooden fences like that were there, like that are tore up from the battle, and it's just like land, and there's little in the middle of nowhere. You'll be walking through the field and like patch of grass, like this whole field, you'll just see like a little old headstone where like one of the commanders fell. And it's like, I remember I was 16, but I was like, the weight of the place, bro. Because you got to think, it's like cousins fighting. It's like you and your cousin like going to war against each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was like families divided in half. Some of them, and they were like fighting on this like little like hill, like pitched land, cannoning each other and like stabbing each other with bayonets and stuff. And it was so bloody, bro. But yeah, I'm like walking through it like as a tourist, as a teenager, like, whoa, I remember feeling like weight, dude, like cold. Where we're going to Texas.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm excited for that.
I want to go to Dealey Plaza with you. It's where JFK was assassinated.
Oh, yes. I want to go.
Dude, the first time I went there, my hair stood up.
Really?
You feel it. You feel it. I'm a nut for that stuff. Like I've researched it a ton, specifically that, the conspiracies behind it and all that stuff. You know, that's just like, I'm just a nerd for that stuff. But you get there and there's like an X. There's 2 X's on the road and like the lane, and the one lane that the car drove, and it's the spots where he was hit. Like the exact spots. So you can like walk into the road and see like, and look up at the depository where the bullet came from, if you believe that. And it's chilling, dude. The weight of that place, you know, like it's weird. You step into it and you feel different. And I don't know if I'm putting that on myself and all that I'm coming with and my body's adjusting, or I'm walking into a place that has some memory and it's like, it's got a weight. Yeah. It's got like this heavy feeling to it. But I remember I was like a summer day or like a late summer day. My skin was cold, bro. I swear. I was like, Lena, feel this.
Jeez.
My skin was cold. It was so weird, bro. It's creepy.
Yeah, it is.
I was going to ask you side hustle to like eat. Because Patreon, you guys got to hit us up a little harder. Yeah. And subscribe and like and share. We love you, but hit us up because we don't want to do this for the rest of our lives. Well, we want to do this, but not the other stuff. You run some properties, manage some properties. Yeah. So you're doing. I was thinking about it today. I listen to podcasts where people deal with like alive people that are creepy.
Yeah,
and that get in a weird. Maybe they have a cult. Maybe they have a secret society. We don't know. We're introduced to people all the time. We don't know. You're shaking hands with a lot of people you just meet that you're showing them spaces. Yeah. And I'm like thinking like, have you ever like been walked into a space and you're like, you don't know the person, they're like creepy and like you had like a feeling like, oh shit. Have you ever had that?
I mean, most of the stuff is I'm showing the space, so it's never like I'm really going into like someone else's, you know.
Or how about when someone leaves and you're like going into the space and you're like,
that's always weird as hell.
Yeah,
because I remember one of the buildings I kind of had to take over. It was basically like in the worst condition ever because it was a music studio, not here, but a different one. And I think they had some guy managing it for like a long time, and then he like left, and I think someone else took over, and they just like they weren't doing a good job and bringing in whoever and whatever. And I remember going there and like to like basically just like start running it because the guy like we kicked him out or something because he was stealing money or some shit like that. Right. And we basically like it was my job to clean it up basically, like clean up the place. You know, which meant it doesn't mean like dust the thing. It's like there's people in here that are rowdy and crazy. So there's a lot of like party goers.
So you're like, don't do this.
Well, it was a lot of like I came in and we got some new rules. It's like
you're the new sheriff.
You're not gonna have more than 5 people.
New sheriff in
town. I gotta stake my claim. I gotta run the show.
Yeah, bro.
The crazy stuff that happened was like cleaning rooms, and it's just like the typical like you find drugs, weed. I found like needles once.
Whoa.
Which I was like, that could be terrible. What? I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
But if I like randomly grabbed, I would have maybe got screwed. There's a couple times where I had to, kick out some people that were pretty aggressive.
Yeah.
And like threatened. And like, I don't know, these people can have a gun. You know what I mean? Like, one guy said he had a gun. And he was like a vet, and he wasn't paying anything for a couple months. And he's like, if you come here and try to kick me out, I'll kill you.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, all right, cool. Like, calling the cops. And then he left.
Sure. 911.
Yeah. But it's also weird. Like, you never know what these people are kind of doing.
You don't.
You know what I mean?
You don't.
Especially like a place that's not like residential. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a studio space.
Yeah, it's like
you really don't.
Guy could just be like hiding there,
Straight
around
up
the corner.
on the lam, like murdered somebody
Yeah.
and just creeping.
I mean, even like any other property, like today, this one homeless dude. I've been trying to help this dude for so long.
You have.
And he left for a while,
Mm.
and then he came back, and I find him just sleeping in the cold. I'm like, I called honestly like a couple shelters. I'm like, is there any way I could like bring this guy like to this
You have a
to
transport or
you,
something?
and like I don't know, like you could talk to him or something? Because I tried to talk to him, and he's like, no, like I don't want to go anywhere.
Shit.
And he's just sleeping in the cold. He's gonna die if you know. I feel terrible.
Yeah, bro.
Like, what can I do? And he's
We
like,
gotta
they're
do
like,
something.
they're like, everyone's. You know what the system is now?
What?
It's just like, oh, like we can't do anything, but like if you call the cops, like they're gonna tell them to come to us.
They're gonna just tell them.
I'm like, oh,
They won't even give him a ride.
So nothing.
Come on.
So nothing.
Fuck, man.
Right? It's like, I don't know. That's what we live in. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
the state of society now.
Well, you can't just stay out there and die.
But like they don't want to go
We got to do
too,
something.
which is crazy.
I feel like we got to do something.
I'm telling you, I've tried.
He just won't. We'll get in the car,
No,
or he won't. He won't.
He's
take-
like, oh, I'm gonna leave. I'll just leave. You know. And he left for like a month or two. I was like, dang, like maybe he went somewhere.
yeah.
Or I don't know. What if he's going to a shelter and like they just kick him out?
They kick him out.
Because I hear that too. Like I was looking up a lot of stuff. People just kick. Like if you're there, you can't be there every day.
Yeah.
You know. So what if you're kicked out? You can't go back.
Isn't it wild how many homeless like we have?
It's
in this
insane,
country?
man. It is absolutely insane.
It's
There's
wild.
no system to like get out.
I know.
The only like I see people. It's a good thing about social media. I see like people doing like they get off the street and like now they're making content about like helping other.
It's beautiful.
People,
when
you know,
that
like that's
happens.
awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's why I feel like if like these like in industries with like big higher ups, like these billionaires, like the Elon Musks, the Jeff Bezos, like if you just take like 1% of their income
Yeah.
and just put it towards the problems in the
The
country,
homeless. Yeah.
wouldn't these kind of be solved a little bit?
I think so.
You know,
It seems like it.
like there's got to be like a billionaire in every state, right?
Probably.
Like if there's a billionaire and you take like 10 million and you like build shelters in
Right.
the main cities or
Right.
something, won't we have like a little bit of like help,
It would help things.
right? Like I don't know. I feel like it's so crazy that it doesn't feel like things are being done, you know, to
No.
help,
It doesn't.
right?
It doesn't.
And it's strange. You know?
Did you see Biden recently?
What?
This came out like yesterday.
This pardon?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whoa.
I kind of like don't blame him.
Like, I get it.
Yeah.
Like it's your boy.
It is. He did say he wouldn't do it, but also I'm not gonna play with Trump. Pardoned I think Kushner's brother or something.
So if it's someone tied.
So
to
like
him.
you know, it's the other side does a similar thing, but it is a kind of wild thing.
Kind of
Right
wild.
at the end, be
Dude.
like, all right. I thought he'd at least do it for like the day of,
Bro,
you
he
know, but
did-
he's just like, nah, we're gonna do it.
he was like right before he had to go to like trial for all this stuff. He's like,
Yeah.
he's like, I'm gonna let him. He's like, he's good. Peace. Like went to like Uganda, dude. He just
Yeah.
like took off. I
just think of the meme where it's like Biden, he's like walking slowly, and then the song is like, "What I've done," and it goes to credits, and he turns around and smiles.
Dude, I love
And it goes
that.
to Michael Bay
With
credits.
the- That's my favorite meme right now, bro. I saw. I was
It's wild.
shocked.
It
I
is
was
wild.
shocked. And then I saw. This was weeks ago. I just saw him like. This isn't related at all, but he was just trying to walk on the beach.
Yeah. I feel bad
I
about
felt
that,
terrible
dude.
because I'm like, and his wife's just like pretending like it's all good. I'm like, dude,
Bro,
he
hey,
doesn't have to walk.
I walk
the
on
beach.
a hot beach. I got blisters, and I'm like ah.
No, he's looking like he's gonna trip over every
Yeah.
2 steps. I'm like, just get him a wheelchair or
Yeah.
something. You don't got to record him walking
I
on
don't
the
think it's
beach,
that bad,
bro. I think he's much
an
older.
old man.
He's very old,
Okay,
a little degenerative.
so he can't walk on a
little old.
beach.
He's tripping over his feet, and no one's pretending like anything's happening.
I don't know.
I was like, bro, pick him up.
That makes me feel bad. I
It
don't
makes
like
me feel terrible, but I'm saying like, stop ignoring that it's happening right in front of us. We see it, and they're like, well, there's Biden just walking on a beach. No, he's tripping over his own feet
that. Yeah. Well, why are they recording him?
because that's what they do.
Come on, man. Now we're talking about an old man walking,
Dude.
struggling.
I just felt bad. Let's all stop pretending and just say he's past his prime. Let him sit. Just put him in a seat. Just let him enjoy his life.
Yeah, but what was he doing? Where was he going?
I don't know. I have no idea. Just a little press.
Well, if you want to go on the beach, you got to go on the beach.
Yeah, but dude, he's walking too fast.
You should put him on one of those a tube.
Yeah,
and slide him out.
Pull him with a sled, man.
Yeah. Damn.
But that pardon thing I thought was insane when I saw it. I was like, I get it because I would do it. I'd be like, that's my boy.
Yeah.
I'm fucking pardoning him. If I had the power.
Dude, have you seen the videos of Hunter Biden?
Yeah.
Dude.
I just saw something on Twitter or X. They're like, the Hunter Biden highlight tape is the greatest highlight tape of all time or something. And it is like, I saw a censored version, but bro.
Wild.
Like, we all have our dark shit.
Yeah.
We all do things that we don't want people to know, right? Like, we've all got that in us, but like, that dude has a lot of it.
He wanted people to know, right?
He just has a lot of it, bro.
Yeah.
I can't judge though.
Yeah.
I can't judge.
If you listen to like the story of like his like Biden's family life, it's pretty rough, man.
Is it?
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
I don't know it.
Son died. Like, it's his only son is Hunter. Like, I don't know, man. It's not right, but it's and like a lot like his wife died or what. I don't know. There's a bunch of like sad things. I watched.
Yeah, rough road.
Yeah, it was rough, man. I don't know. I just feel bad.
Dude, speaking about older
if you're
people,
old, I'm sorry.
Dude, speaking of older people,
yeah.
My shop, someone just ran through it with a car.
What shop?
Some old lady.
What
the shop?
What shop?
Where I work.
Huh?
An old lady hopped the curb and drove her car into the front of the shop. Pushed the wall in, the window, all of it.
What?
I swear to God.
At the cafe.
Yeah.
Huh?
Just blew right like into the wall. Like hit the gas instead of the brake. Hopped the curb. Someone was sitting.
No.
Yes. Someone was sitting at the counter seat.
You were there?
No, it was yesterday. I wasn't there. But then today I was there just watching like the contractors and making sure they had everything they needed and stuff to fix the wall that was pushed in. She pushed the shit in.
Is it just open?
It was. The door couldn't close. The whole frame of the front of the store was pushed in.
Is the girl okay? Or whoever?
Hey, dude.
It's okay?
She walked in after she did it. She ordered a cappuccino.
No.
Sat down, didn't say sorry, and then just drank it. Older woman, just like thug life, glasses on, blew the front of the door frame up.
And there's someone sitting there?
Someone was sitting there, got out of the way.
Okay?
Yeah,
they got out of the way?
They got out of the way in time. But
was it slow?
Can you imagine?
What? It's a crime?
I know. It's insane. Dude, and she just did not care. Like, or at least showed it like she didn't care. But think about that. You're sitting at that counter and you're thinking, no, I see a car kind of in my peripheral. It's looking like it's going to park in front of me. It's hopping the counter and driving at your face. And you got to jump out of the way. Can you imagine? And that's why life is so short. You could be that dude at the counter and that lady just held the gas down and you're done.
Holy shit.
That's how quick it could be over.
I literally watched the video that happening today.
We can't be watching stuff like that, bro. If it says on Twitter like death video, crazy stuff, it's like turn it off. Don't watch it.
I hate when that comes up.
Yeah, bro. It'll ruin your whole day. It'll ruin your life probably after a while. Watching all that. Saw a girl fall down like a giant.
That's insane.
Hill. But that's how quick life could be over. And I think like we just forget that.
Yeah.
You go day to day, you're like, oh, you know, today I got to do this and that. My schedule's pretty booked, and it's like someone could hop a curb and it's over for you, dude.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Life is
fly into you.
Life is not promised.
100 miles per hour.
Yeah, man. Life is not promised, dude. You got to enjoy it. You got to live it.
Man, that's honestly left me in my tracks.
Isn't it crazy?
I can't believe that's something that happened.
Me neither. I was there and I was like, I cannot believe this. Like in the aftermath of it, like looking at it, like this really happened.
What are people doing, man?
And the lady, she's like a regular, and she's
really
nasty. I don't want to judge, but she's mean, dude. She's mean.
Do you know who it was?
Yeah.
Would I know?
Probably.
Really?
There's been issues in the past. Just not a nice person for the most part. very like not aware and very like selfish.
How was the car look? Did the car?
I didn't see the car. I didn't see the car. I didn't see the car. And
Man,
the owner of the shop, she just had surgery on her. I'll say she had a surgery. She can't speak.
Oh.
So, for like a week, on the same day. Like that's my point about life. Like you can get it. It's such a mixed bag. You can like anything could happen. You could go in for surgery one day and your shop could be run through with a car.
Yep.
And you just got to deal with it
all at once.
Life dictates what's going to happen to you. It's like you got no control over that.
Yeah.
You got no control over
it. Just happens.
Yeah.
Jeez, man. Oh.
Do you ever feel like
I gotta be thankful for I'm just like I feel a lot's going on, but like it's good stuff. It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
You're still healthy. Yeah, nothing's wrong.
Yeah, I'm good.
Dude, we oh man, this has been tough for me, but you gotta worship. You gotta like be like, thank you for whoever, because I'm good right now. Like things are good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gotta give it up.
Yeah.
You gotta give it up. You gotta say thank you.
I gotta do that every day, man. Whew. I've realized recently I think I have to. You know what I did? I looked at the book that you got me, and I was like, I haven't touched this.
Yeah.
I was like, I think I have to change the consumption of my media. Because I'm just on Twitter, dude.
Twitter, buddy.
I'm on trying to get J. Cole and Kendrick tickets.
Yeah.
When I shouldn't be.
You shouldn't be.
You know?
Yeah.
But I'm gonna get them.
You're gonna get them.
And I'm gonna try.
It's a mission.
But yeah, I looked at that book. I'm like, let me put this by the door, just in case. I'm gonna take it next time.
Yeah.
I've been reading, and then I'm gonna be keeping it in my car for months.
That's it.
And I'll finally read it one day.
I got a rocking chair in my place now.
Ooh.
I went on a run.
That's kind of clutch.
There was a rocking chair, and it's like an antique rocking chair with like this really nice woodwork done on it and stuff, and like engraved with things. And I was like, I called Lena Dorn, and I said, during the run,
oh heck yeah,
I FaceTimed her. I said, just look at this. She was like, oh my God, we need that. I was like, yeah. So she drove the car over. We like threw it in and took it back.
Oh hell yeah!
So now I got this rocking chair up on my bookshelf.
Yeah.
So now I just bought a new book. I think it's called In the Heart of Winter or The Heart of Winter or something like that. Just came out.
Okay.
Fantastic. But I've been sitting in this rocking chair and like my nights are spent reading my book now.
Yeah.
So rewarding, Mike.
Hell yeah.
Like you forget some literature, some words on a page, on like this like cold page. You sit down with your imagination and let it run. You just read through these pages. It takes you somewhere. You start to, for me, I just start feeling like my day to day, I feel like anything could happen a little bit more excited about things. Like story does that for me. But that book, I'm like, dude, I forget how much I just love to sit and read. And now that I got this chair to rock in, I'm like, oh, I got a little smoking jacket. I put like a little sweater.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm such a weirdo. I put my little slippers on. I just start reading, bro.
Hell yeah, dude.
I love it.
You just need some like bifocals.
Yeah, that's it. If I don't even need them, I just put them on.
You're going to be I can imagine you in like when you're old, you're just like in a library.
Oh yeah.
Like your personal library and just a chair in the middle. You know those like ones you see in the movie?
100%.
There's just like a shining light.
That's what I want. I want a ranch house, like on a ranch.
Yeah.
And then inside it, there's a library with like a fireplace. And like I got my little sweater and my little slippers and my little rocker. I'm just sitting there reading, dude. Yeah. And I got walls and walls of stories to read. Oh, and tea being delivered. And Lena's just like, I need you to do. And I'm just like, I can't hear you. I'm in my book. Can you get me? I can't hear you. Reading my book.
Heck yeah.
You know? I'm just joking. Please don't be mad.
I've been thinking a little bit about, I don't know. I don't know if I want to get into like last pod.
No.
I have some lingering feelings and thoughts still.
Oh no.
Over the pop conversation.
I love it.
I don't know if we have to get into it, but I was also thinking about how much art, I think for me, like a big part of it, and even like I noticed like all the things I kind of like video games, stuff like that, and like movies. Like I put on a Baby Driver at the gym.
Did you?
Yeah, because it's on Netflix now.
Did you get a good feeling watching?
Dude, I was like, this is so awesome. Dude, I was like giggling, man,
because that was a big one for you.
Yeah, but like I kind of like watching it again. I'm like, man, this really like is so simple and doesn't really like it doesn't really make sense why things happen much. But it's like, it's still just so awesome.
It's like a fever dream. It's like a little boy's fantasy.
You know what? It brings me to think like, why does this director want to make this? Why is it this like particular? I remember that caught me in the beginning.
Yeah.
Because this is when I was in like school, still college, like having to make my own thing still. And I was like, that's like the essence of how I feel about like when I make something. I'm like, I just like want it to be what I want it to be.
Yeah.
And make like I don't care about your formula. I don't care about your the right ways to write a story. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
There's just something about it. I'm like, I just want it to be this.
Yeah.
You know? And there's something about that caught me. But after going back, like I could see it might be just like kind of selfish way of making things.
That's okay.
In a way. Which is it's totally okay. But it's just interesting to me.
Yeah.
You know, because I was thinking about how like all of that, everything that I like and why I like that movie too is like it's just this like escape. The escapism of it all.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a big part of me with art is like getting out of like this.
Yeah.
Not having to think about things.
Yeah.
I can think about just like an imaginary like world, you know? Be like, it's perfect here.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, dude.
Maybe it's not like perfect here, but it's at least like, I don't know, I can go to a place where I'm like, I can forget about all the worries.
Yeah, man.
I can forget about all the problems I have and just like wonder. I don't know.
Thank you for giving us an imagination that we could take in work like that, or just anyone's output of imagination, their artistic voice.
Yeah.
And we can take that in and be like, thank you so much for allowing us to get out of the everyday of our situations that we may not enjoy and be transported, like escape. Like I used to be like, oh, that's such a low form of like in my like cynical voice. Like, no, bro, like, listen, I think there's a separation for me between like, okay, I just want to feel something.
Yeah.
I just want to go somewhere.
Yeah.
I want to be taken on a ride.
Yeah.
Let me go on a ride today. And like, I'll open my book and I'll read. And to me, I think it's great writing, in my opinion. But like, some might think it's just like some corny, Western romance nonsense, like frivolous bullshit. And that's fine. Like, I'm not Capote. Like, I'm not a great writer. I'm not whatever. I have my own opinion on things. And then there's another part of me that's like, well, yeah, but like, what makes a story great? And like, I have to go through. I guess I do this for myself because I want to create great pieces of story and work and storytelling. So I have to hold myself to some kind of standard of like, well, why do you think a good story works? And so I'll give myself reasons like, well, this I know for sure is why a story will work. It's like, it's super personal, it's super specific. The ones that have moved me deepest have reached me because they're dealing with a premise that is debatable, that is concise, and that can be proven wrong or right. And it could be a cautionary tale or something that's very uplifting and you know, putting a spotlight on something that is a secret to most or something that's forgotten. Whatever. I'll have that list for myself, but like I'm trying to say there's two sides to it for me where I can watch a crummy, like a Baby Driver isn't like artistic.
Yeah.
This is held to the highest standard, Oscar everywhere, whatever.
Yeah.
And I don't believe in the Oscar shit anymore anyway. But like that's a ride. You're literally on a ride with Baby.
Yeah. And I remember like watching Edgar Wright talk about how like he's like, I just wanted to have like a mixtape you'd make. You know, like a CD you'd make.
Yeah.
I just wanted the story of like a CD you'd make or something.
It's an artistic spin on a story.
1,000,000%. I vibe with that.
Yeah, I get it.
I love that.
That's cool,
That's like
man.
the best, dude.
Yeah.
To me. You know?
To you, yes.
There's something that like, I don't know, man, because you say it's like two sides, but it's on like both sides, you're still like, you have a reason you want to tell the story.
Yes.
You know?
For sure.
So, I don't know. It's just so, it's weird.
Like this is corny.
Yeah.
Like you look
I
at
hate
this,
when people say shit's corny, man.
Well,
I hate it.
but that's what someone will say when they talk about this movie. They'll say, oh, it's corny.
Yeah.
It's old and it's corny.
Yeah.
Some people.
Yeah. No, a lot of people.
There's parts in this movie that are like, if you give them a chance, like you did,
Yeah.
they change your life. They wake you up to like, life is super important. Don't waste it. Everything you do will ripple. You know what, dude? Someone called me from one of our friends and left me a voice memo. This was weeks ago. Out of nowhere. Haven't spoken to him in months. And she was just like, I just want to let you know, even if you don't know it, the ripples that your life emits to the rest of us, you'll never know. Like, you're never going to know because and she was referencing our podcast and being vulnerable, talking about our feelings openly, and like being willing to speak on our lives. She's like, and to keep asking questions and to keep loving people and to keep giving people your time and yourself up for others. You're not going to ever see or know what that ripple looks like, how many lives you touch, and how deep that is, and you'll never know any of it. But just know it's happening, like now. And I was like, what? Like, I forgot. Because I don't think about it.
Yeah.
Because they're not in the room with us.
Yeah.
You know, like, so I forget. But just for her to like reach out and say that was like such a cool thing for a friend to do. And like, it gave me, because sometimes I think like without knowing it, you mentioned this to me last week, like, or a couple weeks ago, what do you do for yourself? Like, what is your escape? Like, books are my escape. And I was trying to tell you like little stories are my escape. And you're like, no, you should get away. Like, you should take a trip or something, like by yourself, like just get out. Remember you telling me that?
Yeah.
And I was walking yesterday and I said, damn it, I think he's right. I think I'm spent. I think I'm a little burned out. You know what I mean? Like, I'm starting to get a little empty, or I feel that way. I feel a little like damp. I don't feel like on fire about much, not everything, but just much. And I think I could use a break, like I could get away into like the woods for like a few days and just like think and just be and just anyway to just recharge, because I feel like I'm a little down. And sometimes you have a friend who just comes along, or someone in life, a stranger, just comes along and says something to you with their words, or just a hand on a shoulder, whatever. And they're just like, you matter in a major way that you're never going to see or understand. And I just want to make sure you hear it, you know? Because I could do all the work myself and like I know my self-help, self this, self that. And I'm doing it myself. I'm getting help myself. I'm working on myself. And then you get tired. You can't tell yourself all the time how great you are and how loved you are and, you know, whatever. I rely on God a lot to do that for me. And sometimes still I feel like empty. And it was nice for a random friend. And maybe that's God working through my friend. Or just, you know, someone I haven't spoken to in a long time, just to say like, what you're doing, even though you don't feel it, like every single moment you're doing it, it matters, and keep doing it. And yeah, man. I think I've been realizing I don't know if I've been a bad friend or not. And you could probably judge me on this.
Yeah.
You could check me if I am. I don't know. Like if I'm not communicative, or I'm not, as I don't check in enough, or I'm not like, I think I'm self-conscious that I'm not like, I think I don't love myself right now. So I'm not, I can't expel as much love onto the people I love. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't love yourself, have you ever heard that you can't love others if you don't, like Renee was telling us, like, if you don't have this thing in you for yourself, like it's hard to bestow that to others. It's like, I can't just give something I don't have, and I'll empty myself out trying, but I won't have nothing for, like, if I'm empty, like, what am I going to give you? Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see that.
So I'm trying to fix that.
What do you think happened?
I don't know. I think just life. I think you're being burned out a little bit.
Yeah.
I was trying to connect the dots, and like your voice came into my head with you should escape a little. It's like, man, it'd be fucking nice to just,
I feel like in an escape too, you kind of realize like it's kind of like that corny story. It's like, man, I appreciate all the things I had, you know? Now that
that's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. I think I'm looking for that.
Yeah.
I think I'm looking for like,
that kind of makes me, because I always recommend just like pick a mountain and go climb it.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's literally like you're isolating and going to like on a trail to like the top of a huge, like a God-made mountain, like
straight up.
This thing where like, and all these people travel to make a trail, you know, like all these things work together, you know, to like be like, let's get to the top. It's like the most simplest like form of, I don't know, like like you want to do something, you know, it's like you're literally walking up a hill.
Even the way you said that, like it all comes together. Like there's gratitude in how you just said that.
Yeah.
You're like grateful that all these things played up, humans making a trail and like God making a mountain and things coming together and nature providing like
Now,
the
like just
environment.
thinking about that, I'm like, oh man, I'm this much more thankful.
See, that's what I mean. Like I'm trying
now
to
imagine actually walking those
that's
steps.
my point. I think I've done I do the checklist and it's not enough.
Yeah, it's almost like you're saying is you can. I think it's the difference between doing it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Like sometimes the physical act of doing it all.
Yes.
You know, like working on yourself.
I agree.
You know, and like working out is doing it. You know what I mean? Like all these things and taking your dog out and like being with your wife and all these things. These are all parts. But I feel like those are still like you're with another person. You're doing with another thing. You know, or your dog. I don't want to call Teddy a thing. I'm sorry. Your dog.
It's my son.
Yeah, your son.
He's my child.
But I don't know. I think there's just I don't know. There's something about doing something. I mean, look, I'm your boy's been alone, so maybe that's all I know. So I don't want to recommend my thing is the right way.
I'm not being a dick, but maybe that you have more experience with this than I do.
Yeah, no, but even like I might just feel that way because I'm alone. You know, so I don't know. You never know, but I feel like it would be a good perspective. You know?
Yeah, I think it's balance.
Yeah,
and I need some balance.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm responsible for so many things.
And you don't have to say, because you were saying already, you're like, oh, I'll go a couple days, I'll go leave in the woods. I'm like, no.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Do a couple, like an hour or two, like, just pick one thing, like alone, like touch the ground, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, bro.
Like take some steps, you know, and feel it.
Because it's like
it doesn't got to be like a rehab, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't have to be a huge thing.
My mind goes to like, you got to really get into this.
You got to go naked and afraid.
I know. My mind is
for
that
a month.
You got to, it's black and white, just like you got to be naked and afraid.
Like I imagine right now, dude, if I go to like, what I would do right now, maybe I'll do this over the weekend. I'm going to go back to my stomping grounds, dude, in Ringwood.
Hey.
Go to that hike we took.
Yeah.
I'll go on the hike.
That's a good one.
Screw it. Because I remember I used to go on that hike kind of this time.
Yeah.
And I remember the ice was starting to like form in the water and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like reminiscing that. And like there's one part of the trail that's kind of weird. You don't really know. There's like a river kind of, you have to wade through it a little bit. And I don't know. There's something about that. And I know like I'll feel that cold air and I'm like, oh, I'm a little bit underdressed. What am I doing? You know, a little bit scared. Yeah. And but then you get to the top and there's this view and like it's all worth it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's just real. It's just real.
Yeah, bro.
You know?
Yeah, man. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah, just for me.
Yeah, dude.
Just a little bit of selfish.
Find that, bro.
Yeah, a little recharge. Yeah, and I know it exists every day, and I don't want to.
No.
I don't want to pretend like I can't find it in my day to day. I know I can.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like it's even in like the. I don't know if you still go to church.
I haven't in a.
I'm saying even like that kind of thing. Like when we went, that was like a thing for me.
It was beautiful.
You know, like that was one of those moments.
Yeah, it's.
I was like, wow, this is like a different, leap of like taking, and I was like, I'm way better after this.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, dude.
Even doing that kind of thing, it could be that too.
Yeah.
Just going to church on Sunday.
Yeah, man.
Right.
Yeah, dude.
You know,
absolutely.
That's the thing too.
Absolutely, bro. Yeah, I think. I don't know. I
believe you'll find it, man.
I'm sure I will. Life is long.
But you're also not a bad friend, and you're a good person.
Thanks, buddy.
You know, and that's the truth.
Okay.
And I even see, like, you're saying, like, you don't love yourself, and like, you're not trying to, you can't give to other people. You're always giving to other people.
Okay.
You are.
I can't see it, but thank you.
You always do that.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah.
That's all I want to do. Like, I want to be able to. I want to be good enough that I could just give everything away.
Yeah.
That's like. I got my little thing, and like, I try and give it away.
You are, like
trying.
You're saying that you're not, but you are.
I don't know. I guess there's a difference between feeling like I'm saying
is like people when that person reached out to you.
It was amazing, bro. I'm telling you, I was like blown away.
But you think like that the next day you're just not?
Yeah,
you are.
It's like I forget or I don't think I am anymore. Yeah. It's just amazing what we tell ourselves. Sometimes you can believe what you tell yourself.
That's funny though. It's funny like you get that one day. It's like, oh well, that means just today.
Yeah.
It doesn't, right? It can't. Yeah. What I think of whatever that person said, like they probably don't think that it's just this one day thing.
You're probably right.
You know?
Probably right. Yeah.
Maybe a couple more days.
Yeah. And it's dangerous to like, I don't want to rely on what, like, you can't rely on what other people think of you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't, I'm
I mean, people you trust, yeah, kind of.
I guess so. Yeah. The select few.
Yeah.
Like I do care about what
Sometimes something does mean more if like it's a random person that you didn't think cared at all.
I mean, if it's out of nowhere, sometimes it will hit you. But I think, like I only hold opinions of like very few that are in my life, like to a very high, like meaning in my heart. Like they count.
Yeah.
Not that other opinions don't count. I just don't hold them as high as an opinion because I don't know them or we're not close or you don't know me as well. So how can I take what you're saying as like truth? You know what I mean? There's very few that like have that now. And it's like my close friends like you and like my wife. But like, I don't know. Like I think just getting older, you get more guarded.
Yeah.
I was like when I was you met me at a young age. I was just like my heart's wide open. Yeah. Like you can touch it. It's just, take whatever you want. You can have anything, whatever. Yeah. And I was always happy about everything, and life was great. And and then just responsibilities start to mount, and you get older, and it's like things get. And I'm still young, bro. I'm still so young, and I'm very healthy. I'm like, thank God, I have a lot going for me. But I feel it. I feel that like life. It tends to become a bit sharper around the edges, and a bit darker. Like the colors aren't as bright, and it's now you have to work through where maybe you had to work through one thing you were going through internally. Now there's like four that are really hard to get around, and work through. And so, but in the same note, I've worked through some things that made me a better person in a lot of ways that I wasn't as a kid. And when life has become more real, I'm trying to marry that with like the beauty I took life as a young guy. So I'm trying to like marry those two things, like growing older and like seeing things for what they are, but also holding on to like magic and the beauty of like that youthful vision and like imagination and seeing the marks on the table and imagining things and thinking beautiful thoughts and like seeing a person in front of me and imagining beautiful things and seeing them as beautiful as they are and like not just seeing like an insurance guy come in the store today and being like, well, they ran through your wall. That happened 3 times this week. Let me tell you about it. Like people are crazy. And I'm like, yeah, people are crazy. Like it like shades my day. Like little things like that, whatever. I'm just talking. I feel like I'm in therapy, but
man,
that's the podcast. I promise you, we always promise we're going to be the realest. Yeah. This is what I'm going through. But I think just so you know, one of my number one thoughts day to day that I wake up with and that I have to check myself on is, and I've been thinking about a lot recently, is like, am I being a good friend? Because I feel like I haven't picked up the phone or like hung out much or whatever. So just know I'm thinking about it. That's on my.
You hear that, everyone?
That's on my mind for you specifically, and for other people in my life.
I never had an issue with you.
I'm just saying.
I'll let you know if it did.
I'm saying it on the pod. I'm saying it in front of everyone.
I like the thought of how you said like holding the opinion of others. I wonder if like I always felt like that was one of my like things where like I don't care what anyone really thinks.
You always seem that way.
I do. Like I feel like it's good to feel that.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But I feel like, man, at the end of the day, I feel like if I could, like, or if it came down to it and like, obviously, yeah, like if you or like my family or people said like, I'm disappointed in what you're doing here. Like,
it would hurt.
It would hurt 100%.
Yeah.
Man, but I feel like if I was doing something that was right, or I feel like isn't that wrong, obviously if it's not like something life changing and like terrible, but if it was like a career choice or something like I don't know. I feel like I could be level-headed in that and be like,
for sure,
I don't think you guys understand like what I'm trying to do or why I do this stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially if it's like random people. Like I think I've done very well with just like separating like random people's like opinions that like I don't really hold. Like people that I hold close. Yeah. I'm very good at just being like, I don't care.
I love that.
I do not give a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't want to bring it up on the podcast, but I saw such a depressing comment on one of our posts.
Oh my
Did you
God,
see that one?
I know you're gonna say.
Did you
My
see
wife
it?
told me about it.
Did you see it? I was
Lena
like,
told me about
man,
it.
this guy's depressed.
Was it what was it?
It was just like a dude like
uh
commented on one of our shorts, I think,
uh
and he just commented of like mocking the way we're talking.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, come on, man.
You know what's funny?
I was like, that's so like, man, I just imagine like someone sitting there like, man, these
Yeah.
guys are idiots.
Yeah, I mean, if that's what he thinks, that's okay.
Yeah.
That used to bug me.
Yeah, me too.
Like the way I speak, I would look at like Adam, like our
Yeah.
boy, and I'd be like, man, he's just so articulate.
Yeah.
And I have this like mumbling slur about my voice. Like I mumble all the time. I talk
Yeah.
too fast. I cut words off, and I know that. But it used to bug me, man. I'd compare myself to him. I'd be like, I need to start speaking like. And then I try, and I'm like, I can't do this.
Yeah. And this isn't me.
And it's not me. It's not me. Like I'm like trying to restructure the way I speak. Like
Yeah. It's funny
insane.
because it's like, hey, guy, person commenting, go watch the person you want to watch then. Because I'm not gonna be that person.
No, but I mean,
This is what you get.
that's the engagement part of the internet. It's like
Yeah.
you're gonna get
Yeah.
someone just mocking you.
I'm telling you, man, especially Twitter,
Yeah.
it's wild now.
It is wild.
It is like not even the Wild West anymore. It's just like the Outlands, you know? It's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
it's wild.
Yeah, dude.
It's very dark.
yeah, but that's but
And you know what it is? It's just like outrage, bait, and culture.
that's it.
It does not matter what you think,
Nope.
what's right.
Nope.
It does not matter what's good, what's bad.
How can
It
we
doesn't matter. It
stir
just
the
matters.
pot?
How can I make y'all angry
Yeah,
and
man.
get pissed?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and have a and get you to a point where you start commenting and we go back and forth for hours.
You will never see me.
And
in
whoever
that comment.
wins is the one that gets the last
You
word.
will never
Whoever
see
gives
me
up
in
first.
that. Dude, I hate that stuff. Because it's like,
That's dude, I'm telling you, people are all day.
but I mean, what are you gonna win? Like, what are you gonna win?
That's why I feel like this like streamer culture.
Yeah.
I don't know. The more I think about it, I'm like, this is insane. There's people that are sitting
Watch it.
watching like Kai Cenat. Like
Yeah.
obviously they're great entertainers. I'm not taking anything away from these people, but like hundreds of thousands of people watching one person.
Yep.
For like hours.
Stadiums full of people.
It's there's people out there that just watch, like I know there's people out there that just watch full streams of like creators like every
Living,
day.
just living,
Yeah, like
sleeping.
I don't know. There's just I feel like there's something wrong.
There is something.
It's not good for you.
Well,
it's not good for society.
We're
It's worshiping like
going back to escapism too.
yeah,
That is escape. That's a form of
it
escape.
is. But I think it's running away from a lot,
Absolutely.
right? Like more than like I go play a video game, you know, for
Yeah,
like an
yeah,
hour
yeah.
or two.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's something weird about watching like others live.
Just be.
You know?
Well, why don't you want to be just be yourself?
Yeah.
Like watch your life
Yeah.
unfold. That's the scary thing,
Yeah.
bro.
And I remember like back like a while ago, I was kind of more into Twitch and I was like watching and I was interested because I wanted to like kind of
Well, it
do
was
it.
new.
We
it was
wanted to do it.
different. Yeah, man.
And I found myself watching. Then I find like myself watching this guy from games. And like he gets like a girlfriend, and they're doing like girlfriend. I'm like, what is going
What am I
on? man?
watching?
This is insane, and it's all fake. It's like, dude, this is nuts.
Well, that's the part too. It's staged. Like half
Yeah.
the stuff is just fake.
That's the craziest thing too. Is like now, I don't understand how people go on like TikTok anymore on anything. It's like people now it's I feel like this is what like movies did back in the day, where like they and like advertising, you basically like make it seem like it's like a real thing.
Yeah.
Like, yo,
Yeah.
guys, like I just found this thing. Like, dude, I was like washing my like car, and then this guy came on the road and gave me this weird sponge, and it's like 10 times better.
And
you're
there's a
like-
little shop
and that-
option
yeah,
at
and
the
I was
bottom
like,
of the video.
This is a paid post.
yeah,
You know?
yeah.
The
There you
fuck
go.
is this?
There you go. Yeah, it's turned into
It's like,
how
my-
can we make money off you?
And it's like it's getting worse and worse.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's weird. Gives me like where do we go in 5 years?
I don't know, bro.
Like now, because the internet used to be like not really like an ad. It's like everything's just an ad.
Yeah.
I remember that, dude. I miss just like old YouTube, man.
Me
That was
too,
my
dude.
safe space.
Yeah, man. It seemed like
There's just like skits,
yeah. It's just
you know,
for
like
fun.
times.
Yeah. Good old fun.
There's people still doing it, but like 90% of it's like an ad. And
Yeah.
an ad, like a video to an ad, or like just trying to sell
Trying
you
to be
some
sold.
shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Buy my course and
Yep.
I don't know.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, man. No, I know. And we have our ads. I mean, that is part of it. That is part of it. But I think, like back to that guy, as long as, I don't know, bro, like you can only control like what's in your control? Like you could lift that drink and drink it. That's in your control today, right now in this room. Like I can put my feet up on this table and talk to you and like say whatever I want. That's in my control today. I can't control what that guy thinks about us.
Yeah.
And how he feels. So it's not going to affect me.
I don't even know where he is.
I hope he's great. Honestly, like I hope he has a fucking awesome day. I hope he like feels really connected to his God. And yeah, bro, I hope he feels love, man. Honestly, like hope he feels love, dude. Yeah, man, I'm just think about what you can control in your day. It's very few things. And life becomes very small. I feel like when I do that, I just what is in my control? Because the things that are out of my control are making me crazy. That's when I start freaking out. That's when I feel like a bad friend. That's when, oh, do they think this? What about that? And oh, am I not doing enough of this? Maybe I should do more of that. And I'm just doing math in my head. I'm doing emotional math in my head. Oh. And I'm just not going to do that. I'm going to stop. I'm going to take a breath. I'm going to say, what is in my control right now? Oh, I'm hungry. There's food in the fridge. I'm going to go make something. Like, that's in my control. I'm going to go eat. Okay, what's next? I'm just going to take a second for myself now. I'm going to take stock. I'm going to take inventory. I'm going to go for a run. I'm going to write a story. Whatever. I'm going to call my mom. Like that's in my control. Everything else is out of my control, bro. One day we end up in the hospital and we're gone. Or we just get hit by the car or whatever. And it's over. And that's our story. Like that is going to happen to every one of us. So like with the day we have today and the breath in our body and the blood pumping through us and the eyes to see it all and the ears to hear everything, like let's just enjoy the moment. And I'm talking to myself.
Amen, dude.
Let's enjoy the moment, man.
I agree.
Let's fight against all this nonsense that's pushing us away from what's important. The moment in between us right now. This moment. This bubble of a moment that's existing. And it's only here for 1 minute and it's gone the next minute. We can't get back to it. We can't fast forward to the next one. We're in it. And I just want to enjoy each one as it comes, man. I don't want to do this emotional math anymore, bro. I'm over it. I'm over it, bro. Dave, I'm over it. Just God, rewire my brain so that I could be more present as much as possible. I swear. That's my prayer today, man. Put me where you need me.
Rewire me.
Just rewire me so I could be a better vessel for you, a more present one, a more grateful one, a better worshiper, and a better vessel of service for others to make it a little bit more of a present moment for them and a more grateful moment for them. What else could I ask for?
Nothing.
Got it all. Got it all.
Man.
I don't even have sneakers, but I got it all.
Hey, man.
I don't need them.
I got you, bro.
No. I don't want them.
No, I got you.
I got a lot.
What size are you?
No, 70.
70?
70. Figure that out. In South Korea, dude.
12. I got it.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's a good guess. What makes you think 12?
Because you're tall.
Yeah, that's a good guess, I guess. What size are you?
What?
Look, dude.
What?
Just the curled lip look you gave me. Like, I don't want to say this right now on the pod.
10
yeah.
and a half.
No, that's good. That's a good foot.
Yeah.
And you're 5'11", no? You're just under 6, right? And we got to be grateful for your height, man. That's
5'11".
You're 5'11".
I've accepted it.
5'11". Yeah. That's a good height.
My past dating, I might have said 6.
You know what I was thinking about? Like, I was thinking, if you have a homie like you're tight, and they're dating someone you don't like, what do you say? Or do you say anything? And I was like, have we ever experienced that? Like you would tell me if you didn't like my wife, right? And then I was like, I would tell you if I didn't like your girl. Not, I mean, like in the past.
Wait, what?
Like would I voice if you're dating somebody, would I say something to you if I was like, this is fucking not going anywhere. Mike, you got to get out. You know what I mean?
Would you? You didn't.
I'm saying I probably wouldn't. Unless you were like, Dave, what do you think?
I probably wouldn't either.
Yeah. But you
got to let people figure their shit out.
But you think I'm in a good thing?
I'm sorry. No, yeah, of course, dude. I can't see you with anyone else.
Thanks, bro. Oh, God. Not my AirPods. Guys.
Man, if you didn't have Lena, dude.
Oh, I'd be a fucking mess. Guys.
You'd be like, Mike.
Open the door, Mike. I'm here again.
Yes, Daddy.
On every dating site, just nothing's working. Just adapting and changing to every date I go on.
I'd take you to Japan, dude.
I don't know what would happen in Japan, man.
I'd take you to Thailand, dude.
Thankfully, no.
They'd climb you like a tree, bro. They'd climb you like a tree.
Dude. You ever see like the environment there?
See what, dude?
No, just like the temperature of that place.
What do you mean?
Just like there's like no gender at all. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like it's all of it.
What do you?
It's like everyone's everything.
What do you mean? What are you looking at?
Like when they're walking on the strip and they have like the GoPro on and they're just like the people are coming up to them and they're like, no.
And the guy's walking through the red light district.
Yeah, man. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, if you go to any red light district, it's gonna look like that.
Don't take me to no red light districts ever, dude. Never.
Come on, dude.
No, I don't like that.
Take you to Love Hotel Alley, dude.
I don't want to go there, man.
Dude.
Let's go to Amsterdam. I don't want to go. I want to go I want to go to Edinburgh, Scotland, and see some churches and castles.
Jump off the cliff.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not a good friend. No, we shouldn't make a joke like that.
No, we never.
I'm not joking about that. Life is important, and enjoy it and live it.
Yeah.
Live it as much as you can.
You have anything else to leave off?
Said everything. I mean, I feel like I've just wasted everyone's time with my trauma and my emotion. It's not trauma. It's just emotional math.
This is our show. I don't care if someone thinks that.
Yeah. Well, it's episode 305.6. We kept it real.
Yeah.
You have anything? Oh, should I just ask you a question?
Sure.
Can I ask you a question? Let me just think of it now. Because it's in the moment. We got to be present. What's your favorite word right now?
Word?
Yeah. In this moment.
Word.
Mm-hmm. We're talking about books and reading. It's going to be important.
Word.
Words come up.
Word.
Or phrase.
Word.
I could give you a phrase.
Word.
Or a word. Powerful word, or something that sparks something in you or makes you think about a thing or a name or a place or a verb. See, I make you think, huh? I put you on.
I never think about
heels.
words.
I know,
dude.
I know. They're important. We're using them now.
Man.
And the podcast doesn't end until you give me a word. And it's not pressure. It's just like think about it.
So I don't even know where to think.
It's a prompt. It could be anything.
I haven't read anything.
You know what's great?
Uh-huh.
You're free right now to say anything.
I know. And I feel so restricted.
But you're free.
I'm free.
We can take as much time as we need. Loosey goosey.
The only thing I can think of, I don't know why I'm thinking of it, is just that song I recommended to you off the new Kendrick album, Reincarnated.
Reincarnated.
I don't know. That's
strong word.
Yeah. I love in the song, like, I just love the story of it. I don't want to say what it is, but I love that in the way that a word can be like, I don't know. I love the way that rap can like make a word mean different things, and just like tell you a story.
Wordplay.
And like the title of a song, like you title a song, or a movie, like titling something. How do you make the title for something? Like the hardest part.
I know,
right?
It is so hard.
Yeah, but for some reason, like there's some that are just so perfect.
Yeah, bro.
Right?
Yeah.
One I thought of that was really good is Inglourious Bastards.
Great one.
It's kind of a great title.
Yeah, it is.
Probably one of the best titles.
Inglourious Bastards.
Just for what the movie is.
All My Sons.
Yeah.
That one was, I think, my favorite. It's a play. It's so good. So good.
Yeah.
Um,
Something about just like a good title.
Beyond the Horizon,
Yeah.
Gruesome Playground Entries. I mean, you need a strong title with a great story.
Yeah.
You can't have a great story with a bad title. The two go hand in hand. Great stories, when you hear the title, this is my favorite. You read the story, you hear the story, you watch the story, and then the title makes sense. But you go into it, you're like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you watch the story and it's like, motherfucker, he was trying to tell me the whole time with the title. He was trying to give us a winky wink with the title. Now it means more that we watched it.
Yeah.
Ah!
Yeah. That's always the best.
It's the best, dude. All My Sons is that. Go read the play.
Mm.
Go read. That's what I'm going to say. Go read a book. You're reading a book. You started.
I got to start.
Or you're about to start.
I'm about to start.
And fair to you. Fair play, man. Good. I'm proud of you for saying you're going to start. And
Thanks, man.
I have faith in
I got to
you,
call myself out
I have faith
on a public forum, because if I don't, then
Yeah.
it'll never happen.
Oh, I'm excited about the pod. We're switching some things up a little bit.
Yeah.
Trying some live stuff. We're going to engage
We're
with
going
you
to do
guys
some
more.
lives.
We're going to engage with you guys more.
Maybe I'll do posts.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can make it a regular weekly thing then. Maybe.
We'll see.
Or would it be random? I don't know.
How about just stay tuned? Because
Stay tuned.
we're gonna call you guys more. We're gonna open our doors a bit more. Welcome more into the Dave cave and the Mike layer.
There it
Mikey's
is.
playpen.
That's it.
That's it.
You're Here Podcast. Episode 306. Thank you guys so much. We love you. I love you, Dave.
Love you, buddy.
Thank you for being here. My name is Mike, and I'm signing out.
My name's Dave. I love y'all. Please be kind to yourself. Please be kind to one another. Boof, 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 boof. Hit the brake. Don't hit the gas.